Now this is a special edition because this is my very first live reaction video ever. I have no idea what to expect. It's just after midnight right now, and that means the album is out. So I'm quite literally going to listen to it and give you my thoughts, give you my music unpack about what I hear, what I think that the lyrics mean, my first thoughts and reactions to everything that I hear. So if you're not watching on YouTube, I have a lot of really cool stuff to see when Taylor started teasing the album and some of the like artifacts and things that were in the Spotify pop-up. I was inspired by a lot of the things that she had there, and I thought, I have so many of those things at home myself. Like behind me, I have a bird cage. I have a typewriter, which these are things that I just kind of have all over my house anyways. They're not just like for the album. Obviously I just put them together for the album. I have the snow globes from Taylor. I have this old antique phone and candles and just all kinds of cool stuff to see. So come over to YouTube and watch us. If you're new here, this is all about listening to music together, whether it's a brand new album or an old album, just talking about like the ins and outs of music. I like to call it the majors and minors of music. So be sure to like and subscribe, become a music major. Everyone is welcome. And one more thing you'll see visually, I'm wearing a Tortured Poets Department shirt. It's not official merch. Whoa, got a little crazy with the cabinet there. It's not official merch. Actually, just a few hours ago, she released official merch finally. So that was a long time coming. But yeah, I'm in full garb. I don't even know how to explain like my feelings. I still consider myself a fairly new Swiftie. My favorite albums are kind of what I have on display here: Folklore and Evermore and Midnights. But Midnights was like one of my very first albums I remember, recently listening to and knowing that I was a Swiftie and that I was a fan. So this is a really big moment for me too. Just like I'm so in it. I'm so excited for this. Overall thoughts. I mean, first thoughts. It's in a way, it's so much what I expected from the hype and from the adrenaline and from like the build up to what this album would be, but of course it was at the same time so different. I'm so glad that it was not. I feel like a lot of things that I saw online were talking about it being like slow and boring, and I don't think any of Taylor's music is like that, but I know that's what people think about like Folklore and Evermore, that it's slow and boring, and I started seeing stuff like that's what this album was, and I didn't get that vibe at all. Nothing was slow or boring. If anything, so many of these opening tracks were like upbeat bangers, like. So I don't know where that feedback came from. Obviously the leaks were not correct, because I loved so many of these opening songs, and I loved the vibe. I loved the vibe of those like Midnight's atmospheric tracks. Those were some of my favorites. I'm really excited to listen to the Tortured Poets Department's that song again. I really liked that one. Y'all, oh my gosh, we are in for a treat with this album. If that is how this album is starting, I'm telling you, that is what I was expecting to hear with this album. So I am so ready for this. Okay. And if that's the title track of the album, that's like, in my mind, Midnight Rain was the most vibe of the album, was that song. So if this is the most vibe of this album from that song, I think that it encapsulated exactly what I anticipated when I thought about what this album would be. So, holy cow. Okay, so what can we unpack in these? Well, first of all, I loved the entire vibe of that. That was so Jack Antonoff, Bleachers, 80s, this like fun like beat, and that guitar at the very beginning and kind of throughout, layered over like Taylor's intricate lyrics talking about the typewriter. I mean, come on, the whole time that's like the main concept and visual aid to this album. Wow. I need to look up all these people: Dylan Thomas, Patti Smith, the Chelsea Hotel. I am not familiar with all of the artifacts within these lyrics. Um, I do know Charlie Puth, so that is quite the shout out. Wow. Oh man, that was great. That was great. That just like, again, I'm just smiling after hearing that, because this is gonna be a wild ride, and I am so excited for it. So wow, what a start to the album. I also really liked, like, first standout songs was that. I also really liked, I think I really liked LOML. God, Taylor, why? Why? How could he treat you like this, you know? Okay, so LOML, love of my life. Thank God this was not about the loss or like death of some like someone and like you were the love of my life kind of thing. Even though it kind of was because it didn't work out. But I love how this started with the piano and was just piano and vocal for a while. I really liked that. But man, one of these lyrics in here, what we thought was for all time was momentary. Like, just when you think you've had it all, then that's it. That is crazy. Okay, so that was a sad one. That was a sad one. Oh, and like I really liked I Can Do It With a Broken Heart. What? Oh my God. That was a roller coaster of everything. Okay, so this is denial. This I know I've said denial a lot, but this is like absolute denial. And that is evident in the lyrics and in the articulation of that orchestration, like the way that they that crazy moving sound like over those lyrics about being like, yeah, that was that was that was denial. That was a fun one. I was not expecting all that, especially with the way that it started. But that was like that really, really opened up. Um, he'd said he'd love me all his life, but that life was too short. Breaking down, I hit the floor. All the pieces of me shattered as the crowd was chanting, "More!" Yo, I feel like this covered the typical life of what we hear about a successful celebrity artist, whatever musician, and that like and then on top of the fact that she's has a broken heart and having to just deal with it because that's what the public wants. Oh, okay, so she's talking about doing her job as an artist with a broken heart. Oh my God. Duh. Lights, camera. Okay, I'm getting sleepy because I didn't put that together so soon. That was like obvious, but man. So she's like, try to do my job with a broken heart. You couldn't do it. You know what? I get it. She's right. I couldn't do it, Taylor. I couldn't do it. You got me. And then I also really liked The Alchemy. If that was not about Travis Kelce, I don't know what is. That was 1000% a love song to him. You can't change my mind because there's no way that was about Joe, and there's no way that was about Matt Healy. So, dang. Okay, okay. This is one of my faves. I really liked a lot of the beginning, and I liked a lot of the middle. But I really liked this vibe that this is bringing, The Alchemy. I'm really into that big time. Um, and I wasn't expecting it either. I know I keep saying that every single song, but I wasn't expecting it to like take that turn. I'm really excited to listen to these again, obviously, but like after the first listen to like know what to expect and be able to appreciate it and anticipate it in a different way because you already know that it's coming, you know? Man, that was good. I don't know. I guess those are some of my top songs just from what I've heard so far, but it's hard to just pick some too. Like, but those are some of the ones that stood out from the beginning. Like, I really liked the vibe that those gave. But man, that was this is just another like beautiful installment into Taylor Swift's discography that I think is what we're so lucky to be a part of. It's so crazy to think like the things that she's gone through, the things that she's, all the different genres and eras that she's experienced. This is like a culmination of a lot of that into one, without with still feeling like it's something brand new, It's not like it feels I don't feel like any of that was the same. It feels so new and fresh, like and innovative. So I'm so excited to see more of this album and unpack it more. Thank you all so much for listening and watching my very first, reaction video. I can't wait to do more like this and unpack the Torture Poets Department further. And be sure to like and subscribe, and you too can become a music major. We'll see you next time. Bye.